Hey everyone, it's your very favorite history teacher. Let me see your transcript. Um, I have, I'm really speechless right now. I'm a history teacher, history instructor. I try to teach my students things that will help them in the future. But I get constantly surprised by adults and individuals who are saying things that they should have been taught in a history class. And it makes me wonder, who was your history teacher? Were they an awful history teacher? Did they not like you? Did you not like them? Were you absent that day? Was it a concept you didn't understand? Did you not have a good textbook? Because I'm trying to understand how in 2020 a person does not know about Juneteenth. Now, I understand if you are not from the South, where a lot of African Americans, especially during Reconstruction and after 1865, were Union soldiers, freed slaves in the Confederate States per the Emancipation Proclamation, which was signed by Abraham Lincoln, President Abraham Lincoln, January 1st, 1863. However, the slaves in the westernmost part of the Confederacy, because of the fighting and also because of the Battle of Vicksburg, which split the Confederacy in half, they were not able to communicate with each other. Plus, there were not a lot of telegraph lines in the South to get messages across. So, when Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston June 19th and then headed to Houston and to other parts of Texas to inform the rest of the Confederacy, hey, you guys lost the Civil War. It's been over for a month, and all your slaves are free now. So a lot of slaves in Texas and also Louisiana and Arkansas celebrate Juneteenth. Other states in the South, other slaves were set free earlier because they knew about the Emancipation Proclamation, January 1st, 1863. Others didn't know until a Union Army let them know, or maybe a runaway slave heard about it, or a former slave heard about it and told the rest. Since I was a little girl, my family has celebrated Juneteenth, but I'm from Texas, so I understand. So there are African Americans, also Mexican Americans, Hispanics, Asians, and whites who are not from Texas, who probably never heard of it, or from the South, or never heard of it. And I understand that there are textbooks, especially after the Civil War, especially down South, that did not include a lot of our history, African American history, in those textbooks. So I understand if maybe, you're in your 50s, your 60s, maybe 70s, your textbooks maybe didn't have anything about Juneteenth. But you had children. You had grandchildren. None of them ever said, hey, we learned in class today about Juneteenth. Or maybe they didn't have a teacher like myself who instilled in the importance of holidays like Juneteenth. Or maybe we're not from a state like mine where it's recognized. A city where we actually do things for Juneteenth. We have historical markers here. Galveston and Houston. We have Freedmanstown, where the first free slaves went. So I can understand that if none of that registers with you, you're up from up north. Maybe your textbooks when growing up didn't have it in there. Maybe it's not a holiday. I think Washington, D.C., their slaves were freed in April. That's why sometimes our tax days are April 15th or April 16th, because it's a holiday there. I understand that. I understand maybe why, Los Angeles or California may not celebrate it, but there are still Southerners and other African American people who live in different parts of the United States and the world who celebrate it, the significance of it, with their family, maybe with their friends, or their community. I understand that. I understand why some people may not know what Juneteenth is and may not understand the significance. But I'm thinking in 2020, if you are an elected official, you took some history classes in college, maybe got your master's, took some law classes. You're a U.S. Congresswoman or man. You're a senator. You're a state senator. You are somewhere where you had to go over laws. Important events in the country. And I especially think if you are the president of the United States of America, that someone in the White House would have told you that, hey, I should not have a political rally on Juneteenth, June 19th, because that is a holiday for a significant portion of the United States of America. Since you say MAGA loves African Americans. Do you really? Do you really? And that my African American friend right there, like, none of them told you, like, hey, my family, I can't go because we're having a little dinner. We're gonna social distance, or we're gonna do this on Zoom this year about Juneteenth. This is when the slaves and the last slaves in the westernmost part of the Confederacy, they were set free. Descendants of slaves were, just their ancestors. They're commemorating on that day that they were set free. I'm just. Like Candace Owens couldn't have told you that. Well, never mind. She's lost cause. Kanye West ain't Omarosa don't work for you no more. Dominant Silk got fired. Bending tip. Never mind. Were there any woke Caucasian, Asians, or Hispanic or Latinos in the room who said, hey, this is not a good idea to do it on this day? And on top of that, whose idea was it for it to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma? Tulsa, Oklahoma. Why? Did the Caucasians, MAGAs from there say, hey, come to our town on this day, on June 19th, and let's hold a rally? Just Tulsa, the site of one of the worst massacres against African Americans. Sir, do you not understand, Mr. President, President Trump, President Donald J. Trump, President Donald Joseph Trump, do you not understand? I don't understand how you can make a faux pas like this. And now on top of that, you changed the date to the 20th, which to me, I feel like African Americans, anyone who celebrates it, we celebrate Juneteenth the whole weekend. You don't have it on the next day. Then you're going to have people, a whole group of people signing COVID waivers, COVID-19 waivers. Y'all can't social distance or wear a mask. They've been doing that at the protest. They wear a mask at the protest. Y'all can't wear a mask out there at the rally. Not to say I want y'all to have a rally. It's like y'all could have had this thing any other time of the year. Why? You doing that makes it seem like you don't care about African Americans. You don't care about black people. You don't care about our feelings. And this is the thing. Maybe you don't care. You're like, oh, they're not going to vote for me. But guess what? More and more of our friends are becoming more and more woke every day. And you're giving us ammunition. Now we got corporations like Nike and Target want to give a paid holiday for Juneteenth. Other states besides Texas are wanting to have Juneteenth celebrations or commemorations. Minneapolis has one. Northern states, western states, East Coast. It's spreading. You can't have something on the White House lawn commemorating the day. You are Republican. You are in the party of Lincoln. He wrote the Emancipation Proclamation. He signed it. It was an executive order. Like, nobody told you this. They don't have no, like, Republican president in training class that you have to take before you get the job, or like before you go to have events and things. No one talks to you. Are they trying to make you feel, or you just don't care? What is going on, sir? This is a travesty. If you are a parent and you're watching my video, a grandmother, grandfather, parent, sister, brother, please talk to your children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, and tell them what Juneteenth is about. Juneteenth is about African Americans in Texas who were the last ones to find out that they were free. And it is celebrated in Texas, mostly, but also other places in the country. And it's currently in history books. I lived in New York for 2 years. I saw a parent on the bus helping her daughter review, and one of the things that she reviewed in her textbook was Juneteenth. I don't want your kids, grandkids, children, the young people in your church, your community, your neighborhood to be ill-informed. Don't let them be like President Donald J. Trump and not know what Juneteenth is. It's a travesty that the president of our country thought he was the one that made Juneteenth well known. Like the rest of us didn't already know about it. Like that's not a national Juneteenth committee. States already, celebrating it. Communities, cities, counties. There's historical markers. There's a Black Caucus in Congress. I'm sure they got an event or something. Don't. This is your very favorite history teacher. Please like, share, subscribe. I've included in the description some very important links about Juneteenth. Okay? Please go to them. Please read them. Please share them. Have a great day.